This will be one tank turn 2, and the reason I'm having to do this right now is they had requested that a TeamSpeak be muted for the duration of this raid, and so I did not have a way to just mute TeamSpeak when I was originally streaming this. I had to mute all the sound going to the stream. It was dead silent except for my microphone. What I decided to do was just replay this footage, just put some music, layer some music on it, and then I guess just kind of give a breakdown as to what we're doing. Pretty standard setup. 2 melee, paladin, scholar white mage, and summoner 2 bards. As far as the numbering goes, we will group up kind of in like a backwards L formation in the room, and the number 1 will take the top right corner of that backwards L, and then 5 will take the bottom left corner of that backwards L, and we will have the healers at the 2 and 4 position. And this again is just to have some sort of a structure as to how the rot will be passed. So rot will be passed from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 5 will have to run across the room to pass it to number 1. That's how we have this set up. Let's go ahead. Oops. Go ahead and start the video here. Yeah, turn 1 I think was caster in the tank piece. So typically, what a lot of people will do when they're using 2 tanks is they will switch tank switch on these nodes, because the nodes will apply a vulnerability debuff on the anyone in front of it. So it stacks up to 8, I believe, and as you're switching, the stacks will wear off on one of the tanks going into the next node. And so I've actually been in a group where we just let him get 8, so I didn't really think healing was going to be an issue. And we had a short discussion there. We want the tank to wait. We just said, go in. Let's give it a try. See what happens. And we were doing that approach. The 8 stacks, not even carrying in Dark Light gear. And this wasn't with BG, but a different group. So I figured with eye level 90 it would be more than fine. It's pretty face roll here normally. I'm using most of my globals on a 2 tank setup to just reapply Stone Skin to the raid, so I won't have to cast it as many times when we get to ADS. So I think here we had actually decided to go ahead and let the stacks get off Cortana. Those just wore off. And what I normally do is, with the tank as my focus point, with him facing me, I will try to position myself kind of around the 6 o'clock position, and that'll make it so I'll have to move very little, if having to move at all. And you see here, my trying to restone skin the raid. This is just so there's not as much downtime once we get to ADS. It's a lot easier when you're a lot faster when you only have to cast it, 2-3 times versus 8 separate times. Okay. So you'll also be able to see our positioning here. One thing that we will all do is the person who's supposed to be passing it to you, so one is going to pass it to me since I'm 2, I will have 1 on focus target. So in the event that they get disconnected or for some reason forget to pass the rod, or I can go and get it from them. So one immediate thing right after we had beat this that I know that I pretty much always do, and I don't know why I didn't do it this time, it was to keep Medica 2 up. You get a 30-second duration for that hot, and I want to say, I haven't watched the footage since then, but it's probably a good 6-7 seconds where I'd not let the hot just, or have the hot not be up. I waited way too long. That Medica 2, or to refresh it. You see, it's not up. It's up here. I think it's actually the next one that takes a while. But what I should have done is pretty much have that up all the time, and have had regens up on the Paladin and the monks. And that's something I will 100% fix for any other time that we do this. Because you can see here, there's plenty of globals where I could go ahead and do that. But you want to have that up and set up, since the tank now has 8 stacks of the vulnerability. If at all possible, you want to limit the amount of globals that you have to use on the raid. You see there's a lot of time going by right now without Medica 2 up. Same thing, if I would have had regens up on the monks, this would definitely be a little bit easier, in that neither one of the healers would be tempted to switch over, and sniper gets down to 43 health there. And again, that could have been avoided, and that was pretty much on me as the white mage to, have Medica 2 and the regens up on both tanks. That's something I will definitely fix for the next